Hey guys, welcome to Puzzle Wednesday. It's me, Juicy. We're doing our 20th funny damage number bracket of Petal Crash Online, which is crazy to think that I I think it's strictly 20th. Even weird gimmick rules, we kind of still did on the naming scheme, but good lord, still get a lot of strong players out for this, and we're keeping the hype going until we get to Petal Crash 2. Tonight's a little no frills. We're just doing tug of war. It's the main rule set you play in the story mode, and on comms with me tonight, I have Raspberryfloof.
Hi, hi.
Noted mid player at the game. But
Yep, I
we
am astonishingly mid now.
that's not to ever knock you, but rather like even this late in the game, we're still having people kind of starting to punch above their weight and move up the seating and results for each bracket. Like DigiDigi is taking games and matches off of Rune at this point. Y'all are y'all are scary, Mib. So we don't know what's gonna happen, bracket. But if you're not already in there, we're doing match calls in the Discord per usual. Notes are on top of it. Appreciate it. We have a dedicated Puzzle Wednesday lobby here for stream, locked behind code, and we will have another lobby up for losers matches. So keep your eye out. Tip your waiters. We got waiters and waitresses. We got Notester82 and Masa Queen on TO duty tonight, and they're going to make sure things go fantastic and have fun. Also, if this is your first time seeing Petal Crash, the online client we're using, completely free. You can just get it off of itch.io right now. Give it a shot, see if you like it. But it's time to press buttons. Let's see how things go tonight. What's our first stream match for the night? Oh no, there's the Discord thing that terrifies me.
Yeah, looks like you're up first, Juicy.
Alright, I gotta play against Noster. Love the round one tournament staff team kill. Okay. Let's do the thing. Good luck, have fun. Are you in there, Raz?
I am.
Are you Orchid tonight? That's crazy.
I mean, I got home from work about 2 hours before bracket, so...
Uh-huh.
Juicy has a nice big group of reds built up over here. But no easy way of setting them off as part of the chain there. Ends up setting them off individually.
Nope, I should always warm up because I always self-inflict one round at least of self-top out, but you know, these things happen. I'm sure it won't ever happen again. Never, ever. Because I don't knock on wood like that.
You know, it's interesting. Juicy's board is so much more full than Note's, but I think Juicy might actually be... Okay, Juicy was ahead until the garbage started landing, just because Note didn't have as much material.
That sounds about right for me.
That fine line between I want to have a board that is completely full of material, and I don't want to have a board that is completely full because then it will become garbage.
Yeah, crazy that. Appreciate the radars.
So for those out there who aren't familiar with Petal Crash, this is your, I would say, standard sliding puzzle game, but there really aren't any other games out here like that. Imagine like the ice puzzles from Pokemon, or the 15 puzzles you might have played growing up. You'll slide pieces around the board, making light colors run into each other. That's the crash part. And when you run two petals that are the same color against each other, they explode and push everything touching them away, which can cause chain reactions, and chain reactions score big damage. Garbage blocks show up on your board if your opponent does chains. You can counter them by doing your own chain in response, but it needs to be before the garbage lands on the board. Once the garbage lands, it'll take a few turns to grow into an immovable gray block that destroys anything that it was growing over. And there are two ways to win. Either fill your opponent's board with garbage, or push that bar at the bottom all the way to your opponent's side 3 times to make them lose all 3 of their lives that are in the center of the screen. And both players here playing on a board that's almost entirely full. Juicey trying to find which move can they make without making their board too full. Oh, they don't have very much room left.
Ah.
And that'll do it. Note takes the
GG's.
round 3-0.
I always have an out. Anyway, what are we looking at next?
Oh, it's me up next. Me versus Ardrox.
Alright. So I see the crossover. If I'm remembering right, I think Ardrox was someone that joined in on Hamster Scramble era. Maybe a little bit earlier then, but like it feels mostly tied to that. So it's nice to see a little bit of indie game crossover. Ardrox, you're right there, buddy. I see you. Get over to center cab, please. Someone initiating match there? Ardrox just disappeared.
Well, Digi pushed the button eventually.
Okay. Let's try this again. I believe in y'all.
You didn't ban. Oh, there we go. I'm like, you didn't ban any control settings, did you?
I did not. You're not supposed to allude to jokes may or may not have made.
Who said it was a joke?
Kind of interested to see if Ardrox has any experience with this. Respect to the days, man. At this point, Petal Crash is a hard game to kind of pick up this late into it, because we got some killers in bracket. Okay, got some understanding of like edge of board stuff, but Raz, for the funny mid joke, Raz is good at this game. Which means all we need is one or two really good interactions, and then suddenly you're not playing anymore. Unfortunately, Ardrox kind of spending material before garbage wraps or grows in. And that's going to be kind of a problem, because suddenly you have a lot less potential moves to get out. Like that 2-chain over growing garbage does not clear it. You have to wait. So we're self-growing in, that's going to be a checkmate for round 1.
I love Nova's dialogue. It's so good.
Nope, that's fair.
Did I just blow the chain? Of course I just
Okay,
blew the chain.
little bit of a 4-chain rush poke there. That's not taking Raz out of the running. Honestly, I'm surprised the 4 did that little damage, but we can take anything we can get at this point. Unfortunately, we're not growing a lot of material on Ardrox's side, and Ardrox can use as many grows to build in chains as possible. Yes, the pieces grow in a checkerboard, but you can rearrange that and do little 2-chain pokes to try and slow Raz down, which is kind of the name of the game. I don't think we're gonna beat her out just in raw execution. But we're digging through it. We see small victories in our way out here. That being said, we're losing a lot of tempo, and we're heavily considering the next move, but Ardrox wanted to extend it into a yellow into green 2-chain, but we do not have the resources for that. You know, I don't know why I never clicked that that's the Zelda ZDI reference. Of course it is. But yeah, one thing to, again, try and really emphasize is it seems like Ardrox has the basic ideas of movement down. And that's so much the battle of this game. Don't want to ever shortchange someone who gets it, even if their opponent's maybe lapping them a little bit, and just time there. Gets about a 5. Oh!
Yeah, nice 6-chain.
Yeah. Shame you still have to eat damage through it, but the hardest thing is regaining your tempo after, like, initial chain and doing a mid-game. Because, again, I'm noticing, like, Ardrox isn't really growing after initial opening there. I don't think he's even growing all that much in the initial opening. We're only kind of doing grow when we're conceding the round, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, it's a little bit of the paneled upon strategy where you want your board to be as close to full as you can keep it without it being like too much.
Ardrox in chat, Jesus. I get you. Don't get me wrong. Raz has been a top player for a long time. you were doing a lot of the right stuff. It's just gonna be committing some of that to muscle memory. And press the grow button a lot. Press the grow button a lot. You want the resources, I promise you. But good stuff. Alrighty then, what do we have up for Mib 6 and Valor?
Ooh, that'll be a good match.
Yeah.
Valor's been doing a lot of playing lately with Trash Boat.
I've been getting the pings in the Petal Crash Discord. Yeah, Ardrox, you will get there one day. Probably in time for Petal Crash 2, you know?
Oh yeah, definitely. And Petal 2 is, like, got some stuff in it that you can't do in Petal 1.
No, tell me more about this.
Valor in-game.
There's stuff you can do in Petal Crash 2 that you can't in Petal 1.
That's right. I mean, I heard the blocks might even move diagonally.
That's crazy. Juicey only has the pings to see my PCO memes. That's not entirely untrue. Yo, we're playing the box? I love the box. Her theme is great. Aw, it's the horse's theme instead.
Everything is great.
Yeah, but I want the funny clown music.
I'm so looking forward to what they're doing with her theme in Petal Crash 2.
I have not heard it yet, but...
I haven't either, but I am... Like,
it can only be fun.
Ashley shared a preview of, I think, Orchid's theme.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's anything to go off of, the soundtrack is going to be banging.
Yeah. It sounds killer. Also, Uncle Moton. Hi, buddy.
Oh yeah, Mib kind of getting run over here. Valor doing a pretty good job putting together quick chains.
Constant rush 3. But yeah.
Is that the new Sheet Music Boss track?
Rush 3?
Yeah, Rush 3.
Yeah, that. Not to single Ardrox too much out and be like, you'll notice everyone's mashing in grow at this point. Like, you can build and kind of reshift for minimal amounts to get 2-3 chains. And if you're really good, you can extend further off that.
Yeah, like Mib's 5 chain under pressure there. Opened their board up, turned it around quite a bit.
Can't believe Rune doesn't want to hang out in the commentary booth with us tonight. It's like, blimey, I'm Australian. I can't do... I might be bleeding into Kiwi accent. I'm sorry, Rude. Alrighty, Governor. That being said, like, Mib, if given early round advantage, just closes it out.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Mib is really good at playing from advantage.
And even though...
they turned it around on Valor.
Yeah. Even though it's a little bit late game and they're down 2 stocks, I'd say Mib's kind of in advantage again, so things can happen.
Yeah, there's no garbage that's materially blocking their board at this point, so it's just kind of all on can they keep up enough pressure to prevent Valor from taking that last stock.
I think it can realistically happen. Valor's kind of losing steam. We're getting a lot of grown under panels, a lot of exclamations everywhere, which... Throwing stones from my glass house, that's not a good thing always. I'm never gonna stop doing that, but I acknowledge it.
Let's see, Mib took some time to build this chain up. It was 12 garbage? That might be good enough to, like, keep Valor under pressure. Okay, 15 more that fast. And Valor has slowed down a ton at this point. Oh, but gets a free 3 chain off the grow.
That's good for a new stock start, but look how much damage is taken overboard. Okay, play the funny box music now. Do it. I dare you.
Are you trying to make this a boxing match?
Yes. No, it's still the horses theme. I don't even know why I started calling Mimi the box today. Nothing about this is inspired, it's just exhaustion.
Ooh. Wow. Valor said 15, Mib said, no, you take 15. Send it all the way back.
The opener still feels very Puyo-oriented, where, like, if you can commit to the full move through a bunch of rushes, it will always be worth it.
Yeah.
There's a little bit more room for, like, tank and send, but... or, like, counters like that, but...
Yeah, it's one of those... Because it's a neutral start, it's one of the only times you'll have no garbage on your board. Guaranteed. Unless you're, like, way ahead. Which gives you the freedom to just kind of throw things together while your opponent is also building up resources to try and throw things your way.
Do you recall what grow is on mouse? I wanted to say right-click.
I believe it's right-click, yes. Left-click to drag and right-click to grow.
Like, it was in today's Twitter and Blue Sky posts, but especially starting out, don't be afraid of the grow button. It's not that terrifying. Yes! Let's go!
Oh, that doesn't work, Mib.
One of my friends that I got started on Petal Crash at locals added the bit of the song to, like, his Discord soundboard. It's just my favorite. Because that part just... that feels like literal circus music, and I love it. I played the clip, or the cut of it. I'll throw it on here again in a bit once we're between matches. Yeah, like, some of this is just going to be getting the muscle memory for this game down. Like, don't worry, there will probably be another newbie boom once we get proper Petal Crash 2, and you'll be ahead of the curve by a bit. But joining any bracket here that is on its 20th edition can be a bit steep. I get it. We're a little confused on Mib's trigger there. Okay, gets the yellow-red.
Yep. Yeah, both players are playing with a very restricted board. Big difference is just that Mib's is mostly full of petals and Valor's is full of garbage.
Yeah. One of those things is better than the other.
Mm-hmm.
Valor's still doing pretty solid. But
yeah,
we're trying to scrap to not lose another stock here. I do like Valor's awareness of the battle bar on that, because we just can't make moves.
Sometimes it's worth it. Like, especially if you can tell that your opponent's also going for it, you can try to deplete them of resources so that you're you can start the next stock ahead, or at least not as far behind.
Force meter spend, basically.
Yep.
I fall for that a lot, not gonna lie. But I'm not gonna win by knockout all that often. I need the TKO. Didn't quite work. Valor's reshuffling a lot.
Yellow needs to be shuffled.
And now we're just popping for the sake of popping.
Both players really pushing for the bar. Oh, that's a big one. Valor got it.
Okay.
Yeah, and see now Mib's kind of in the corner and didn't really have anything set up to push hard at the start of this next stock. Because they were both pushing so hard for the last stock there.
I kind of like Valor's positioning just on resource. We got a lot of group things from the checkerboard, but not a lot of exclamations yet.
They were so unfortunate. Didn't have a way of setting the green off in a way that made the chain and ended up accidentally losing it because of it.
Poor Jonah has to play a loser of this match. Well, now you know what your poison is.
Alright, Mib takes it 3-0.
It's rough out here. Alrighty then.
Oh my goodness. Okay, Rune.
I gotta play loser of 8. That's you and man. That's loser's round 1. Oh God. God bless. At least get to hear the not Kirby music.
It's so good.
Legally distinct. I mean, like, it's... Look, it's not hard to hit all of the hallmarks of a good Kirby track, especially for the era. It's just listening. A lot of it's, like, arpeggioed, like 16th and 32nd note runs. So you're just doing like, so you get the backbeat going for it right. You can just kind of throw any melody over it. Your supporting rhythm track just needs to be as frantic as possible.
Yeah, this really reminds me of like Kirby's Adventure specifically, like Orange Ocean.
Yeah, I was thinking more. Well, I mean, obviously it's supposed to invoke. God, I do not remember the ocean level from the original Game Boy one, but.
Float Islands.
Yes. Embarrassing that I don't remember that, but whatever. I think Rune's playing, I don't want to say angry, because he's probably not angry. But he's been upset a couple times the past few brackets. So, he's got something to prove, I'm sure.
Oh gosh, a 10 chain. I need to work on my openers.
Counterpoint, you could keep practicing for Petal 2 instead. And
actually,
every time... Oof! That's funny. Anytime that, you know, you don't do what you want in Petal 1 bracket, you can keep doing this would have worked in the sequel, Johns.
Oh, yeah.
We love a little early access sometimes. Okay. You definitely seem a lot more put together this opener. Jesus. That's a lot of blues there. Funny 2-chain. 7 damage. Okay. We're still in this.
Yeah, I never said I was gonna lose.
Yeah. Look. For Middle Siege, you still everyone's a threat in this one. Gosh. Rune Wash? I don't know about that one. Say that at your own peril, brother. I think the only free seeding decision was Lopraito's up one.
Yeah, Lopraito is one.
Lopraito, the Butts BB of Petal Crash has not really dropped in a long, long time.
Lopraito has lost one bracket, I think. I forget who to. If it was Rune or if it was Digi? It might have been Digi.
Huh. Rune has been ducking me during my clock session, so I call him a cat. That's because he's asleep, brother. It's gonna be funny, but Digi did beat Lopraito 3-0 in a winner semis once. That's crazy. Raz has taken a while to consider the very few options on our board. A lot of it's just unfortunate that, like, 2 columns worth are basically sealed off. And that material on left side, and particularly top left, may as well just be garbage. We're starting to open it up. We're still at the 1-1 socks, and maybe Rune has overgrown a bit. No, he's not.
Nope.
No, he's not overgrown too much.
Just trying to find the best way to do a one-hit KO.
That sure does sound like our boy. Poor Blimey.
I'm not dead yet.
This is true. Okay, we're seeing...
Oh, I got greedy.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I saw the 3-chain. I didn't see the 4-chain. And I don't think I was wrong for not seeing it.
Yeah, there just wasn't enough time.
You had, like, at least 3 or 4 pushes to actually get the purples into place. Choosing to pop for singles to stay alive in the bar. Regain our footing a little bit. In spite of being in disadvantage for a while now, this has been good disadvantage play. Rune washed? Yes, I'm fairly sure he showers. Alright, we're just doing a couple... I've just really... Yeah, Rez, you've not really done any extensive openers yet.
I should have... Okay, actually we're fine. Actually, we're so fine.
Okay. Well, a little bit of tank can send there in spite of, like, originally going for the poke route. Oh. Okay, he's climbing out a little bit, but, like, that was way better results than I thought you were gonna get with that. We're not gonna get big sequential chains here, but we are gonna get very, very resource-heavy pokes. Extending a little bit, keeping the pressure on. This could be Raz wrapping it back around.
Do it that way.
Alright. We're almost checkmate situation on stock. Almost checkmate on damage. The fact that Rune's doing anything right now is a little bit crazy. And there's the concession. Gotta play against one of you next, man. What the hell? Who seeded this thing? I want my money back. Check is in the mail. I appreciate it.
Ah, wow, he was able to get a 7 off before I could do that.
That's our boy.
Yep.
Oh boy. Sometimes it feels like you can just teleport your everything into the middle match of, or like game of a set. And then you don't even really know what to do with a true neutral ground start again. Like I don't want to attribute anything to there, but like sometimes I feel like I do that all the time. It's like, no, we're gonna fight so hard to be in the running, and then I just brain die. Ow. What would you say the recommended control method is? There's a lot of keyboard and pad 4 button, but I mean, there's a fair spread of controller types represented in here. Sometimes Trashbone and I play an arcade stick because we're sickos.
I just don't have an arcade.
Chickapoo, this game looks fun. Yes, it is. Hey, if you think this game looks fun, the online client's free on itch.io at least. Give it a shot. Buy the main game on itch or Steam. Also comes to the online for free.
Alright, next match is up. It's Lopraito versus Mib.
Alrighty.
Is this winner's semifinals?
This is winner's semis. But yeah, no, Petal Crash is great. We're gonna have a sequel potentially sometime later down this year in alpha.
Ashley said it'll go into beta testing soon. There isn't a set date yet, but they are both working on it, her and Jill. And also Michael Staple on the music. So Lopraito's playstyle has always been make really big groups.
Jesus. Yeah, even for as intentionally designed as this was to like try and be accommodating beginners, you still run into like the Puyo problem of, man, the ceiling is high.
The ceiling is so high in this game.
But we run enough games here that like everyone has a difficult set of things they find difficult about game execution. Me, I can't play Panel to Pawn to save my life. Too many button presses, too not using up and down for rotates.
Yep, and for me, I am really bad at Tetris. Because I want to, like, sit there and spend too much time thinking about what every move needs to be.
Nah, don't worry about that. Getting ground floor is also really hard. That's also true. But that is also kind of the Puyo problem sometimes. I do think a lot of the decisions made in terms of convenience make getting to ground floor a lot more accommodating than a lot of other puzzle games, though. Your ride there will be less brutal. Or you can be like me and beg Ashley to add your house rules to the main game for the next one. I want the postage stamp rules back.
Maybe we should do potpourri for, like, the last bracket of the year or something.
Yeah, that'd be fun. But I got surprisingly far in mystery rules, and I will be taking that check to the bank and riding it for as long as it takes. Monster, you're good at Petal. I think you're better than Juicey. Oh. Okay, no, we're having the finals after this. We're playing Masa, we need to figure that out. Tip your waitress until someone else in the bar is like, yeah, I'm pretty sure it can beat you up. I'm like,
Oh, wow, mid with the 32. But watch this.
Jeez.
Watch this.
Oh, the yellows don't work. But also, man, who cares?
What if it was an entire stock in one chain?
That'd be funny.
And what if Mib somehow countered all the garbage?
I enjoy seeing Lopraito because it's so rare that we get any Japanese players on anything. Some of that comes down to having an official online version for this. But, like, just the decision-making is visibly different than a lot of the Western players for this game. At this point, I feel like we're almost doing the secret grade thing, but with yellows. Like, are we trying to keep bottom wall there intact? Is this the game we're playing?
Like an emergency, hey, here's a big chain that I can do at any time.
Emergency poke.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, okay.
Which, I mean, that's fair. You don't really have a lot of control over where particular petals grow into your board. So, having something that you can set off from anywhere on your board is pretty useful.
Hedges the bets a lot.
Plus, it's just a massive spike of damage if you include it in a chain, too.
Your get out of jail free card if you're behind on quota.
Yep.
Battle bar.
And plus, like, it doesn't send as much garbage if you just set it off by itself, but, like, any clear that's more than 2 petals sends garbage, so, like, just having, say, a group of 5 or 6 you can clear will counter 3 or 4 garbage, just by itself.
That's funny.
And I'll be honest, probably the worst state to be in this game is just having garbage. If you can play completely equally to your opponent and just counter all their garbage, you are playing amazingly well.
I was noticing, like, Lopraito's board doesn't look as organized, and then I look over at Mibs and like, I don't think it needs to be.
Sometimes it's just as organized as it needs to be.
Okay. What do we got now? Oh no, the ping of death.
I think it's time for some juicy losers.
You got it. I'll play a game.
Crash Petal.
I don't believe you.
Oh no! Okay. Failed out because there was one hole left.
Gosh. Heck. Ah. I lived to stock death. These things happen. Yo, we on scoreboard? That's crazy. Couldn't be me. Certainly couldn't. God! Stop! All my friends are mourning in chat. Komoto doesn't even play this game. He's like, oh no.
You know, that would have worked in Petal 2.
Oh, I'm sure.
So would that. Hmm. Hmm.
Hmm. Hmm.
Hmm.
Hmm. Hmm. GG's.
GG's.
I didn't feel like I fought better than maybe I was expecting, but I don't know. Anyway, let's see where we're at. Digi
Other
and
side of
Rune.
winner semis? Yeah, other side of winner semis. Digi and Rune.
All right. Let's get in there. I'm your champ.
Digi. Oops.
Don't think I forgot about Thug Finals, Monster. I'm still in this bracket, technically. Okay, we're in there. Oh, trash mode in chat, damning me with faint praise. Okay.
Rune going for a Scooty McBiscuit.
I forgot we had a tech name like that. It's been a bit.
We haven't really had people making up fun tech names in a while.
Ah, sorry. The sandwich factory's been out of commission for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna have to forgive.
See, this is why we need Xerxian to come back. So
No, he's not the only person with brain poisoning around here.
Oh my gosh, Rune.
I made like 90% of pack attack tech names, and that was just my own personal brain poisoning, but I had more of a personal
Did
investment.
you make Ducks back?
Yes. The only one that was not me was one of my friends who's a wrestling commentator came up with naming the fairy Marie Kondo because she deletes everything that does not spark joy.
Ooh, nice 4-chain from Digi there. Hidden link at the bottom of the board. Okay, missed the yellows, I think. End up taking them in a 3-chain separately.
Rune almost considered going in the greens there. He was like, nah, let's go with the resource I got and set off purples for that chain.
Oh gosh,
It's a little airtight.
Yep. Yeah, but that 2-chain was like almost 10 garbage.
Most of PW Comms has been confirming that yes, you individually are colorblind. Whatever you think is red is not true.
Is this gonna get back to like, which are the red monsters in Wario's Woods?
Find out in December.
Alright, Digi taking an extra link with reds. Both players fighting so hard for the bar. This is the last stop.
I like Digi's board positioning much better. Rune,
Yeah, Rune doesn't
kind of
have
cornering
enough
himself.
material to fight for the bar.
That damage accept was not good for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he just didn't have any material left.
Unfortunate. I mean, Digi's been rising to the top a lot lately.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. Wait, was I kicked?
They left the room real fast.
Oh, okay. Oops, I was
I
mashed.
bet I know why. They probably ran into the SDL bug.
Nah, Rune just said he was mashing in chat.
Oh, oops. I ran into the SDL bug where one player's character portrait was just Petal.
That's funny. I'm so used to seeing Rune make all these crazy-ass plays in Wild Disadvantage that I don't even notice when he starts slipping into Disadvantage anymore. Because my brain is so conditioned to be like, yeah, he's not out of the running yet. He's not in a real danger. And, like, and a lot of times he's not, but every time that he finally succumbs to, like, in-game pressure, I'm like, oh, well, I guess I was wrong about it. It just feels so foreign. Because, Lord, we both have seen 20 brackets worth of miracle plays. He can do it.
Oh yeah. But also, Rune has gone on record many times saying the battle bar is fake in this game. And I disagree. The battle bar is fake until you're able to snipe it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm liking the efficiency on Digi's side a lot more. We only have 2 garbage accepted there. I don't know if Digi's been just hitting harder, or Rune's been, like, a little bit longer gaps between his swings. What's going on there?
It's really that. I think Rune is, like, trying to make maximally efficient plays. And reducing the number of times he's, like, getting only 1 chains.
Okay.
But that's just taking too much time.
So despite what the board says, we're at a 2-0 situation. Damn, Digi must have really leveled up here.
Oh yeah.
I also think Digi's just not ever playing as close to the razor's edge on board real estate as Rune commits to.
You know, that's actually fair. I think that's also something Lopraito does, is Lopraito doesn't really grow to max.
Like, man, when Rune gets it, just like that, he really gets it.
Ooh, yeah, that's some pretty nasty garbage there from Digi, or for Digi. Locking him out of center. Oh, and then locking him out of the rest of the board.
Solid 4-chain follow-up.
Digi can't grow because there's not enough room. Oh, wow! I did not think there was a solve there.
I mean, maybe the more efficient players get, Rune's gonna be changing towards Mib sort of. If I win and get advantage off the first real interaction, it's gonna be really hard to throw Rune off. But if Digi can kind of anime clear, or smoke clears, and you're just standing there fine, whatever Rune's throwing at them.
Yeah, but didn't have any room left.
No, this is Smoke Cloud, and he's like Peter Griffin, dead pose. I feel like Yamcha would be the more applicable, but that's just not as funny. At least in the last year.
Wow, Rune very fast on the draw.
Yeah.
Digi not done building their opener.
Locking in on the opener is Rune's just whole deal, it feels
but
like
the
sometimes.
Counter hit.
That was not that strong of a tank and send, it feels like. Like, they're both doing bad. But I think Rune's doing a little more bad.
Yeah, Digi just has a little bit more setup, a little bit more
more freedom. Yamcha's cool now, he has the Isekai manga. Did you read the Isekai manga? I didn't.
Ooh, Rune gets a Miracle Grow.
That's because I can't read. Okay, I mean, Digi's really looking to put this one to bed.
Alright, 5 chains from Digi. Rune has 15 incoming. That's so much.
I see
garbage.
the positioning for the chain. We're gonna get most of it. So technically living, but God.
Oh, but there's no room. 3-1 Digi.
Ready
That'll
then.
set up a winners finals matchup with Lopraito.
Speaking of that, seeing that we're almost at winners finals, that usually means that it's time for me to do our shills.
Yep.
Let me get the slide for that ready. We're gonna talk about what we got for the remainder of August. August into September. Old slide, you would have seen yourself right here. We're doing Petal Crash right now, but that doesn't exist. August 28th, we are doing Pochi and Ya. I got something to dig up for a second. Why don't you give a little primer on what Pochi is as a game?
Sure. Pochi and Ya was the last game designed by Compile before they went bankrupt. It's designed by the same person who made Puyo, and it plays a little bit like it. You put dominoes of pieces in a well, match colors to make chain. Well, you're not making chains in this game. You're making branching long trees of pieces. And the more branches your trees have, and the taller your trees are, the more damage you send to your opponents.
Mm-hmm.
And you can send, or you can make any piece an explosive piece, which sets off your trees. There's a lot of footsies and back and forth, sort of like Puyo. And the margin time is a big factor in who wins games.
Mm-hmm. It very much fast forward you to the mid game and heavier neutral. Yep. Speaking of Pochi, even beyond our bracket, if you've not been keeping up with Vortex Gallery Online for this year, it was announced in basically the first wave of games there. So if you enjoy it here, go out, give the TO Vic a bit of our support.
Mm-hmm.
Press buttons on a different stage than usual. Anyway, next bracket, we got Tetris 2, which, don't let it lie to you, this game is just more complex, you know.
This is just
Dr.
Mario was made of Tetriminos.
Yeah, it's like, what if it had Roman cancels? It's a good time. A little bit strange, a little bit hard to get used to. The biggest wrinkle it does is there's no conventional garbage. Rather, doing chains, hitting your target points, forces your opponent's pieces to fall faster, which in NES games can be its own hell. So it'll be a good time. Check that out September 4th. September 11th. We're doing Calculo. This is another...
I don't actually know anything about this game.
This is another Rat's suggestion, usually. Either that or nope. It is someone on staff.
I think this was a suggestion box suggestion, actually.
Was it?
I'll have to double check.
I'm using this as my excuse for I don't know a ton about Calculo. And I'm sorry.
Yeah, this was a suggestion box suggestion
Who
by
did it?
Spacey Soundy.
That's Spacey. Oh, all right. Fair enough. All I've really been doing is I keep noticing that crocodile in the bottom left is basically K. Rool's pirate design, but with pants and boots. And that's endlessly funny to me. Lord, it's crazy how much we've grown that I am not on top of each and every game that we run at this point. But it will be a good time. We're still very much in our PlayStation Discovery era now that DuckStation has proven to be very viable for us.
Mm-hmm.
And that's been kind of the joy of it in and of itself. September 13th.
There were a lot of good puzzle games on the PSX.
Yeah, you're right. September 13th, I'm personally picking up a Friday mode, and we are doing the arcade board of Puyo Puyo 2 that came out on Fightcade in its last update. There's not a whole lot different under the hood compared to the Mega Drive version, but one, it is kind of fun to play it the way that it was, run way back in the day when there was its own competitive scene in the arcades.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, Zan, the TO who not only submitted the game, but also the save state for it, did a little bit of tweaking, and it actually avoids the power-on pattern problem with this save state. So you do not have the same opening seeds, and it makes it just a little bit better than the Mega Drive version for us. So looking forward to doing a little bit more of that as we move forward. Honestly, gonna try and smuggle in some more novelty Puyos as well over the year. So that's gonna be a wrap
Looking
on
forward
what
to
we
the
got.
Puyo box bracket.
Trust me, I'm gonna do it. But let's get back to Petal Crash. What are we calling next?
Looks like they're gonna stream some losers here.
All right. Let me see where
Me
that
versus
is.
Darkslayer.
Certainly not winners finals. That's going to put us. Really can't read. Brain slow. Need nap. That's losers 8s. Okay. I'm in there. Ah. We're going over caffeinated, are we? Dang, I think Raz is tuning me out hard. That's fine. We can solo comms a little bit. DarkslayerKL, another pretty strong player, alongside Tinwild over in Vietnam. And as always, this is the moment that we plug that this game has rollback netcode, and it does a lot to make this pretty viable as an international scene. Lopraito over in Japan. Life is golden, and we are going to largely have most of the same benefits in base Petal Crash 2 as we do in this. So, tip your waitresses, except in this case, it's Jill and Nova for making this version of the game as tournament feature friendly as possible. Both players kind of cramped up, but at least with Raz, it's all resources, so this should potentially shut Darkslayer out. Darkslayer managing to live through a lot here, actually. We're still getting more like 70% garbage, and it's only filling up more, but the amount of fighting back going on is actually done. Never mind. Raz really going through her "you're only minus if you're a coward" arc. I know that's not how the meme goes, but there's some swearing that I just will not 1000% be comfortable with on here. Darkslayer, solid opening here. The yellow's unfortunately a little sniped there, so we don't get full chain. It's being broken apart a bit, and that means Raz can kind of get away with all this little poke pressure. Converting the reds, we have main trigger. It's going to be at least a 5 chain for Raz. And Darkslayer does not have an answer. We tank consent a little bit. And both are kind of vying for whatever next move is, but Raz has so many more resources to work with. Garbage isn't intrusive. She has like 2 blocks. Getting a follow-up 3. And Darkslayer not quite being forced in the box yet, but there's only so much room left to fight. How do you consider video games?
Gaming is illegal, though.
I'm glad someone understands. Look, you don't want to be a capital G gamer, do you? I think the answer is no. Darkslayer... Oh, okay. I see the chain wraps around a little bit different around the world. We drop a little bit, but purples are still going to be able to work. And it's going to be a bigger opening than Raz's early poke, so... Never mind, I'm wrong. Darkslayer still accepted little bits of damage here and there. And the Juicey can't read jokes are starting to become a little uncomfortably real. Oops. We're getting a little overgrown on Raz's side, where Darkslayer's got a little bit of damage, but nothing anywhere in terms of the same scope of grown under Petals. Down 2 stocks. This is potentially the end of Darkslayer's tournament life here. And really, what can you do here? Raz taking it 3-0.
Yep, GG's.
Does anyone say the shortened version of prof, like professor? Because I don't...
Prof?
Prof?
Prof.
Like, does anyone actually use that? Have you ever used that in your day-to-day life?
No, because I'm not a professor.
Yeah, but like, do you know professors?
When I was in college, I just called them professors. So
Yeah, exactly. You ever been like, hey, prof, and they're like, why are you talking to me like that?
Exactly.
Alrighty then.
Oh, Darkslayer said that he got rollback
Yeah.
hard in the last round.
Unfortunate. And that is a double-edged sword of worldwide entrance, but thank you so much for coming out and playing. We got Mib and Raz.
Oh, more losers around.
Seems like it. Upgrading the losers' quarters. Raz, your board is incredibly cramped and it scares me. I think we've gotten far enough in the bracket that Raz is actually tuning me out, and this is probably for the best. Sometimes you gotta, even when you're like, just lock in, have the gamer lean, and ignore all the superfluous things happening around you. Because Mib is someone that is going to be tough to beat here. Like, this is all top 3 contenders for the rest of bracket. And Raz, noted respecter of the grow button. Friend of the channel, even. I don't quite see what she's got in terms of chain options here. Gets, okay, a little wraparound 4, mid-board. Being able to, like, actually see how that's supposed to tail without having being bunched up literally right next to its, resolving piece. Y'all crazy for that. Every time I see, like, weird chain resolutions like that, I'm like, you can't have known that was gonna happen, that's fake. But it's happened long enough that I can't take that at face value anymore. I suppose there has to be some modicum of skill. Anyway, Raz up 1-0. These two
I
were...
didn't realize I was still capable of 90 clears per minute games.
Nah, you got it. These two were playing against each other for warm-ups here, so maybe some late-game awareness of how to approach the matchup has started taking hold. Raz ended up taking chain a little bit wrong there. So a little bit uppercut, gonna be digging through garbage a bit. Mib's not really mounting a lot of pressure right now either. We're building. And that's what they understand that Raz probably isn't going to catch up with that, like, top bit of garbage there, not resolving correctly, slowing Mib down a bit. We're still both kind of deep disadvantage for both players. This might be a bit of a slugfest. Though it's looking like Mib, even though we're close to potentially losing the stock, has a lot better follow-ups. Maybe some chance we might just tank the stock and cash in a really strong move. Nope, we're gonna try and save this one. And it did not actually take Raz out, so... Lord, we're vying for this one. 5 on the bar for both of them. Both really decided, no, this first stock counts. We're gonna keep pressing it as much as possible. Okay. Mib finally drawing first blood there. And good lord, Raz's follow-up is gonna do 15 damage on first blush there, taking Mib's top right potentially out of play completely. Which, given how much they've been both swimming in disadvantage and just try and throw everything at each other, that's huge. Mib is slowed down a lot. We're kind of digging out center garbage, but in spite of all of that, Raz is not running away with advantage on the battle bar by that much. Well, that's fine. We only need to kind of chip away at things here. And chip away we are. Last stock for Mib. Board state not looking too healthy, but nothing saying we can't get out of this with a good damage burst. But nothing saying we can't not get out of this. Raspberryfloof so far at 2-0. Maybe all you really need to do is just put on your swirly glasses and hope for the best. Do you have a pair of swirly glasses? Who knows? Y'all are playing so filled up here. We got a little bit more off on Raz's side, and by a little bit, I do mean a little bit. Slight advantage on bar, like 1 garbage. I think it ended up being 4 by the end of the exchange, but this feels like maybe the most even match we've had tonight. Getting a little scrambly. We need to... Nope. Raz is not going to be able to reclaim that. Oh my god. Never mind, never mind. Whatever. Bought a couple extra seconds there. Just to prove the commentator wrong. I don't know. It's looking like Mid finally locked in on this one. Not that Raz is not opening up possibilities, but it's just going to be steep. We're down 2 stocks. Board's pretty cluttered. Mid kind of running the game that they want. Good lord, that is a poke. Choosing to concede instead of losing by stock. Mib's not out of this. 90 clears per minute. I think the real thing Raz is looking to do is try and throw Mib off kilter a little bit early. The blues on Mib's chain don't work quite right, so we're going to be shuffling around that to accept the rest of the chain that didn't work out. Both players kind of splitting a bigger chain into 3 parts each. Raz only coming out slightly on the lower end in terms of damage on that, but we have a slight advantage on battle bar for her. Mib is very grown in with resources, though, so nothing saying we can't just turn that around with a good old Uno no you. Raz is really at capacity here. Purple's gonna get her out. And get a decent chain off. A little bit of disadvantage standing here. There just needs to be a good garbage snipe to kind of take Mib out of commission. That's not happening. Yellow's triggered, but there's not a yellow nearby. Okay. This is the first game 5 of tonight? I don't... No,
Nope,
it's not.
It's second. Rune and I went to game 5.
Video game. Bet you didn't see that coming. Alright. Does Raz's rush work out here? A little bit of tank send. Taking out Mib's bottom end of board. That might be the rush paying off. Raz has not been cashing in as a lot of strong openers as usual, so... God, they're both in kind of terrible position right now. At least it seems like the damage situation is extending Raz's chains by a decent bit. Purples aren't going to quite resolve correct. Garbage is going to force an oversack, and Mib is working her way through the bottom board garbage. Okay, Raz ended up a little bit on the back foot here. We're just swinging for stock, and this is nearing the end of Raz's tournament run. We gotta reverse 3-0 this. We do love video games. Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize how overstacked Mib is. We could snatch this back just from top out. It's gonna have to be deeply careful though. A lot of layers of exclamations on Mib's side, and damage is really limiting what options happen. Manages to clear the bottom right or left board, so no one's staying in disadvantage for long. Because I don't know how y'all survive. You crazy. Okay, okay. 5 chain and that tight a board in mid game on Raz's side. Okay. Down to last stock for both players. This is a very crucial second win that Raz has gotten, and we're gonna win by overgrow.
Oh my gosh!
I feel that, because I can't be like, I don't know who's doing good in this moment right now. You both just kind of wheezing on the floor. GG's.
Yeah, GG's. That was amazing. Alright, looks like we're going up to our winners finals, Lopraito versus DigiDigi.
Okay. Gosh dang it.
Did you get kicked?
Maybe.
Or did
Okay.
you go gambling?
I accidentally left the lobby.
I heard there's a 1.1.1 update coming soon that will fix.
No, fix that thing? That's crazy. That's a lot of ones.
Right now on Lopraito's board, there's a lot of 2s.
Managed to cash in basically the entire top end of board there, poor chain.
Oh my gosh, Digi. Cascading near miss petals.
I think the thing that I've talked on Lopraito's is like he tends to manage to make the most out of like extraneous material and links. It's not like, oh, here's a 2, here's a 2. Like, it's 3 chains with like,
oh no!
Oh my god. 3 chains with like 5 petals in each link of the same color.
Yep. Yeah, Lopraito is really good at just like clearing every single petal available.
A surprising amount of efficacy, especially like I forget that Lopraito's a pad player with as smooth as the cursor swaggle was on that. That's crazy. Waggle. Waggle is a word.
Swaggle?
I may have said that, and I don't think that's a word.
I mean, can we make it a word?
Sure. I totally do not have a convention I've been prepping for, and I'm not super sleepy for it. Narrator, he was very sleepy.
Note to self, ask Ashley to name Hyper Lilibri's cursor with Waggle. The Swaggle.
God. They got Steam Controller D-pad plus mouse hybrid? Is that a thing?
Actually, yeah, I think it is.
That's crazy.
Steam Controller is kind of interesting. Oh yeah, I heard that Petal 2 is actually going to allow the forbidden control scheme.
Nah, I think you've alluded to this before. But I keep forgetting what the forbidden control scheme is, so please.
So in this game, both the original Petal Crash and Petal Crash Online, you can't use mouse to point at the pedals and then 4 buttons on the keyboard to move the pedals, because the devs thought that would be way too overpowered and better than like anything else.
Mm-hmm. I mean, on the face of it, it still sounds strong.
It still sounds really strong. And it probably will be, but like, I don't think it will be as polarizing as we thought originally.
That's probably fair.
Considering basically every control scheme is just about as viable as any other.
Arcade stick left in the dust yet again.
I mean, look at me, I'm over here playing with quick swipe on controller that nobody else plays with. Oh, Lopraito. Probably still had an out, but I guess didn't want to fight for it. Unless they missed the greens in the top right. So this is Digi up 2-0 over Lopraito.
Can't believe Digi's cracked now.
This reminds me of when Murakonda showed up and just kind of destroyed everybody.
Yeah. Panel players
That's
are crazy.
Couple of quick chains here from Lopraito. They can keep some pressure on Digi. I think they'll probably be able to at least take an early stock, if not push Digi to farther into the corner. But somehow Digi was pushing the bar back. It's at 5.
Can't believe the bar is real.
Can't believe Lopraito lost the first stock? Alright, Lopraito pushing it back a little bit.
And then suddenly, a wild Roonespism appeared.
Hello, an Australian appear.
How was my impression earlier tonight?
I was a little busy, but not too busy to join a bracket, but I'm here now. I can commentate on... Well, if I lose losers semis, then I can commentate on a lot more matches. I can at least commentate on this one.
I bet helps.
I think I remembered a couple of things losing to DG, but not quickly enough to not lose to him.
Lopraito seems to have remembered some things. That's a game off Digi.
Mm.
Oh my gosh, those numbers. Both players at over 80. Oh!
Both players at over 80 is how it used to be. Is this the first time we've seen Lopraito on stream? Were we watching any of their semis? Oh wait, no, we must have at least watched one.
Yeah, we watched their other semi.
Yeah.
I forget it. I think it was against Mib.
Mm-hmm.
And Lopraito just kind of pranced easily over Mib.
Right.
Absolutely nothing against Mib, just testament to how strong Lopraito was playing.
Mm-hmm. This is a fantastic opener from both players, but the funny thing is, Lopraito's was a longer chain.
Stopping!
Okay. There's a longer chain and therefore it does a lot more damage. I was wondering if the time it takes to resolve would have been too inefficient. But no, it's fine. When it's 20 more damage, it doesn't matter how slow it is.
Yeah, that's just like, basically you did 2 chains at once at that point.
Yeah. DG's chain looked really efficient, because it was barely branching and only like 7 links or so, but I guess it wasn't branching enough. It only took out half of their board instead of 3/4 of it.
I will never understand how to make a chain that clears that many petals.
It's real tough. I can't remember how to do it either, although that's one of the things I'm working on mid-bracket. I'll get back to you on that.
We need to go back and practice time trials so that we learn how to make big chains again.
Master Queen in the chat asks, is there a damage cap? No.
No, there is no damage cap.
I mean, technically the damage cap would be somewhere around 80, because you simply don't have enough room in your board to do more than 80.
Yep. I wonder if Digi was like calculating whether it was worth continuing.
Certainly not anymore. This looks pretty checkmated. There's so much space, but there's nothing to do. Aside from give Lopraito time for one more change, their numbers get to be a little larger. Look at those numbers. Now those are real numbers.
45 petals in one chain.
Oh, 45. That's almost exactly 3/4. I was right.
Yeah, it's just 3 short.
Someone in the chat whose name I can't pronounce has actually done the maths, and yeah, it's 78, not 80-ish, like I said. Or I guess it is 80-ish, but that is more exact. I'm surprised DG went for a quick harassment chain there. That is not what they were doing against me most of the time. They've still got plenty of material, though. Yeah, they're just sending 5s back and forth while leaving plenty of material behind. It's very, like, very Puyo-esque.
Yeah.
Except for the part where there's not enough room to make the main chain bigger each time.
Yeah, I will admit I was sending a bunch of harass in our game and also the game against mid. Because I know that I'm a slower player as far as, like, actual movement and clear speed. And sending harass is my way of trying to force the game to slow down a little bit from, like, letting you just build however much you want.
I have been doing that a little bit in this bracket as well. And what I have learned, as I have learned every single tournament bracket is, it does not work. The top 3 players do not fall for that shit.
Yeah, if you're fast enough to just outpace me, or outpace whoever's doing it, yeah. You can just say, oh, your harass was fun, but, I still got a chain.
Yeah.
That's basically what happened in our game 5, if I remember right. You just completely outsped me and I was dead.
Yeah. Every bracket I re-remember that doesn't work against Lopraito. It doesn't work against DG anymore either. I don't think it works against me.
It doesn't work against you and it doesn't work against Pin. And it probably wouldn't work against Mora.
I don't think I'm gonna get a chance to play in this bracket, but yeah.
Yeah, Tin's
Oh wait,
not
no,
in the
sorry, you
bracket.
said Tin, not Mib. Yeah, of course I don't get a chance to play against Tin.
No, I meant Tin Wild.
Yeah. Sorry, their names have a bit of a similar mouthfeel.
Alright, Lopraito running it back, taking 3-2 into Grand Finals. Oh boy, okay. Hey Juicey, are you still awake?
Ah.
He better be. What do you think we're paying you for, Juicy?
What?
Yeah, that's right. We're paying you.
Okay, let me get my PayPal ready. I don't know how Canadian dollars... Canadian... Fuck! Australian dollars!
Yeah, Canadian. Uh-huh.
Just ask CT to front the bill.
First I'm British, now I'm Canadian. I'm everywhere in the Commonwealth.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
You heard of Mr. Worldwide? I'm Mr. Commonwealth.
At first, I actually threw off and did the New Zealand accent instead of that. Leave the British out of this.
Commonwealth, yes.
God. I'm here, though. We're gonna have a time.
Alright.
Great.
It's loser semis. It's me and Rune. Good luck.
I'm not gonna keep
Good luck.
misnationalizing Rune. Spoilers, I will. Okay. Fishing around a little bit, we got blue trick on Rune, which means that we're basically set for it. It's already converted into... God, how do you have like a 6 within 20 seconds? We slightly messed up on the bottom right corner there, but he's out swinging at the beginning of it. Somehow, in spite of all of that... Well, I was gonna say Raz did first damage, but no, that is no longer true. I sometimes have a poor sense for like how long something is considered offsetable. But man, we take that.
It's a little weird. It's honestly variable.
Yeah, it feels fuzzy, which fine, nothing wrong with that. I almost like that more than like Puyo's very obvious first frame that a chain resolves in. even if the sound cues end up getting mixed matched for it. Raz, kind of.
It's maybe not fantastic that it's variable for, you know, competitive reasons.
Nah.
But the fact that it's variable does mean that I get to sometimes feel like a wizard.
Yeah.
Just like, there is an occult part of this video game that I understand.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you're both competing, so it's competitively viable.
Oh yeah, of course.
I
No, it is
just would
just
choose
maybe
not to worry.
optimal for something that's...
I thought it was Rune from Gibraltar. You're right. Mr. Commonwealth.
No, what am I doing?
Honestly, the biggest thing that's gonna be a problem for Raz, and we're responding to that, has been kind of committing to the pokes, but nope, we got first big opener, and forcing a tank consent on Rune, and by tank consent, I mean tank and tank.
Tank and die.
Because, ouch, well, you're not dead yet, just... If you had treads, I would think you were suspiciously tank-like. I appreciate the entire horse gang landed on the same side of the board. You're right. Okay. We're gonna have to shuffle around a little bit to get chain out for Raz, but this is capitalizing on an advantage. Sort of. We're behind on bar. The last exchange did not do that much damage, or at all. So Rune's just poking his way into potentially taking the stock here. But, you know, we can argue Raz is holding on to this for a good start on second stock for her. Seems to be holding true. Kind of poking not for damage, but it's big enough to keep her not dying in the battle bar in spite of Rune waking up pretty severely this round.
Yeah. Rune has decided that
I
did
do
not like
remember,
that.
Rune has
I do not remember how to do openings, but I do remember how to do comebacks.
What do you mean?
First I must lose, then I can win.
What do you mean you don't know how to do openings? You've been doing openings the entire time!
I feel like, aside from the rounds where I've won in like 30 seconds because I got a lucky opener, I've lost every single opening I've done today. I've played about 20 rounds, and I think I won the opening in 3 or 4 of them.
Let's go, Boston.
Oh, I didn't want to do an extra chain there.
See, Rune, you won that opening by 4.
I did win that opening, yes. That's the 5th one.
I'm glad we're keeping track.
It's not a great start to the mid-game, though. I've given Raz a bit too much ability to come back when I should just be killing them.
Oh my god, it's just how flatly that was delivered. I should just simply be destroying Raz right now, but...
Like a
such
James
is life.
Bond villain.
I do love to play the heal. It's just a different kind of heal these days. I think I'd make a decent Hank Scorpio with how
you know...
slow and relaxed I have to be playing this game now. I don't have
anxiety.
I
I don't have
the energy of a
attachments in this
wrestler.
mortal foil anymore.
should just play the Baz more often.
Oh, that's how I feel sometimes.
Really? You seem so sedate otherwise. Oh my gosh, Raz with a, like, forked 3 or 2 chain there. But Rune still just kind of has free reign to do whatever he wants. And we're only going to be able to hold on so long here. Fortunately, Raz has been assigned to damage control duty for the rest of the match.
Yep. GG's.
Good games.
Okay.
Yep.
Blidio blame. Losers finals up. Rune's gonna be playing against DigiDigi.
Yep.
You know, usually we do the tip your waiters and waitresses, but I'm gonna pull rank tonight. Tip your streamer boy who had a very long
your
day at work.
That,
We appreciate you, Juicy.
Thank you.
Thank you for all you do.
you know what? That's true. Thank you, Juicy.
Please do not
But
tip
also,
me over.
now that
I'm
we're
not
done
a cow.
thanking Juicy sincerely, I would like to say, imagine if the manager of the restaurant came out and said, "Don't forget to tip me."
Look, I have gone many years not doing that.
Huh? Wait, that's not. Oh, those screens crashed. I just wanted to move them.
I can't believe the game started and there's already a crash. The software was closed because an error occurred.
Oh, everyone out there hates me.
Ooh. These are taking a while to find their next move. Unless they're just intentionally trying to counter garbage.
I hate how sincere Rune is sometimes, but like, guys need to be losing to do better.
I mean, there's some merit in that.
Oh, there's got to be some way. There is no just inside.
Like, strategically, there is some merit in just, like, forcing your opponent to strike first, countering their shot, and then winning on the crackback.
Oh, absolutely, but like, I don't wish that anxiety on myself.
Oh, I forgot to place it.
Rune down 2 stocks here, despite Digi not really putting a huge amount of pressure on.
That makes 2 of us.
I mean, this kind of happened in the initial run of this matchup. There's something that, and I can't pin down what, but it feels like Digi's resource expenditures and board state in the aftermath just feels tighter.
The game doesn't listen to me anymore.
Was it supposed to?
Like. It is. It used to listen to me.
Yeah,
Do
but
you
they
like the
got
horse
rid of that when they
whisperer?
turned off old spawners.
No. It happened after that.
My condolences? Question mark.
Because that was a different game. We were playing a different game back then. Then we started playing a new game, and that new game listened to me too. But this one... oh, sorry. It's still the same game, but it's just stopped listening to me now. Okay, gave me the blue. Let's listen again.
Draxboat's sounding awfully retired from the sidelines there.
Oh, but that doesn't work. It would have worked in Petal too.
Well, Rune doesn't necessarily have that excuse. Oh my god! That's not even an opener at this point. That's just...
listens to me.
God!
Ah, poor bro.
And still loses the first stock after all that. That's crazy, dude.
Nah, not just the first stock.
Oh yeah, the Rune's kind of stuck here. Has a lot of pairs, but no way of clearing into them, and now there's just garbage instead of pairs.
Man, I can't believe I had all that and no way to do anything.
Yeah, you kind of had to like cut it with just like taking the reds,
I had to cut my own head off.
basically.
That does not sound healthy.
So Rune now needing a run back 3-0 to stay in the tournament.
I think he just needs to remember who he's fighting for, or whatever the anime bit is there.
Remember, I'm the heel. I don't have access to that.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry, dude.
Oh, Diddy with the 7-chain opener. And Rune unfortunately getting hit with the you take damage first.
That was a really good tanking
Oh,
sound,
my
though.
goodness.
Fine. It's just a bit of an intentional tanky sendy.
Yeah, one of those. I'll take 20 if you take 29.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a good deal. It's a good deal.
Oh, you may have defeated me, Superman, but what about the village?
The dam's about to break, Superman! I don't even know what character.
That
That's not
was
Lex
so good.
Luthor, is it? Was it that era of Lex Luthor? It's probably not. Oh no, I was trying to do Skeletor because that's what everyone at the locals seems to do. Just, you know, imagine I said He-Man instead of Superman. Unfortunate for you, He-Man, those were dry clean only!
I'm pushing for the bar here.
That doesn't quite work as a combo there.
Ooh, that's
Wrap
a
around
nice
though.
extension.
My god.
Remember the days when we, like, were completely in awe of tempo saving?
Meta
Back in, like,
progresses.
Petal bracket 3 and 4.
There's
And
just
now
a
it's
certain
kind
bar
of
that
a
you
thing
become numb
come
to.
Expect. Yeah! Like, we just kind of expect that that's just a thing that people do in their chains now.
I can't.
Oh my god.
Here's a chain that won't fail.
We had a couple of fumbles there. You could say that all those were actually not tempo saves. Funny enough. We love to be topical here. That was a hell of a chain, though. Good follow-up. Rune could be closing this one out.
So
Oh,
if you cut a tempo save off your chain, is that a tempo shave?
No, that just means you broke your metronome. Which, you know, depending on where you got it from, those can be kind of expensive.
Yeah.
Alright, both players winding up for massive hits. Rune's also.
Does Rune win this opening?
Oh,
See?
you're not ready for opening 2, aren't you?
Digi's cut!
See, Rune wins openers. He's just being self-conscious.
I'm focusing a little harder on them now as well.
Yeah, that's a quick first stock. Digi messed
Wait, I
up
took
their
the first
opener
stock?
somehow.
No! I'm gonna lose!
I mean, you drop a link on that chain, yes.
It's always been the rule.
I don't know about that. I think you'll be fine. Like, setting myself up for the ultimate commentator's curse if this changes, but...
I mean, Digi's not backing down. Oh, they just lost their trigger.
I don't think it's a matter of not backing down or not.
Yeah, it's just kind of a matter of how much pressure is Rune able to keep up.
It's just on board state alone. Rune's kind of murdering right now.
Yeah, Digi having to make 7 moves just for a 3 clear. Like, that's the difference when you get behind as opposed to when you're ahead. Is just the sheer number of moves you have to make small clears.
It feels terrible. That's why I
really
didn't break
does.
that chain 3 rounds ago. Because it had to be something else.
Will Orchid dig her way back to Grand Finals, or will Yosoki dance their way there? Ooh.
Okay, we get full chain off the tank and send.
Okay. Oh, take the
Doesn't
chain
break.
the other way.
They were ready for opening 2. Wrong.
Oh no, there's just so little room. And so much more garbage coming to fill in the void. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's it.
make him wait. Oh, okay.
I got a horizontal streak across the board. That was so unlucky.
That sure is a win quote. Alrighty then.
Alright.
I'll get you next time, He-Man!
Alrighty, who do we got? It's
It's Grand
Digi-
Finals. It's
Digi
Lopraito
Lopraito.
Digi run back.
Predator's there, Digi's there. Get on the cabinet, I dare you. No, not exit. I don't want to say hello, stop it! I left again.
Alright, let's see what I would have had to deal with if I won that last round.
Damn in there.
Oh, they want to play Turbo?
Cooperative.
That's a change of pace.
I don't think we've ever done a turbo bracket. I think we might
I
have
did one.
really early on.
Yeah, I think if we have, it's been a very long time. I thought we did at least one.
I know we've done like turbo in some of the side brackets. Like it featured in a couple of the potpourri bracket games.
Taking that chain from the middle was clever by Lopraito. Makes it resolve a little faster, the same damage.
Yep.
Both players ready for opening 2, exact counter.
Yeah, somebody asked earlier if there's a damage cap. There isn't a damage cap, but there is a chain damage cap. Like a chain multiplier, that is.
Yeah, the moment your chain is 5 or longer, adding extensions and adding branches does the same thing. But actually, no, that's not true, because branches resolve faster. Branches actually become better at that point.
Yep. Like, technically the most efficient and powerful chain you can make in the game is a 5 chain that clears 63 petals.
Yes.
And it would do exactly as much damage as, say, a 20 chain that cleared 63 petals. Ooh!
Oh!
That
Yeah,
was unfortunate. I don't think they were expecting the garbage to grow in the particular way it did. The Digi is
Yeah, Lopraito
taking
has
advantage of it.
entirely lost control of the right side of their board. Whereas
Yep.
DG, the bottom doesn't look great, but that's it. It's not like there's any garbage there.
Yep. Yeah, and they're able to just keep pulling petals from the top and chaining those. Looks like they're content to just throw 2 chains at Lopraito. Well, this is the thing that's kind of interesting about this game, is that, like, because of the slowdown from garbage landing and garbage growing constantly, like, sometimes when you're in advantage, it's better to just keep doing 2 chains.
Mm.
Can't believe
Because
we
it
have
just
the
prevents your
tactical
opponent from playing the
slowdown,
game.
like
Yep.
a la Twinkle Star Sprites, and how some home
Yep.
ports have like you can play Neo Geo. Slow down.
Ooh. Okay. Yep, Lopraito cashing it in. Probably had time to do more, but just wanted to guarantee the chain wasn't eaten.
Yeah, the reds that are now in the 3rd row from the top could have gone as well. DG has a good chain along
Ooh, that's
the
a
top
5.
if they can get back to it.
Yep.
Oh yeah, just do that while they're waiting for it. No, they have to take it as, well, a 4.
Yeah.
Brings them.
Discovered links are sometimes good. Alright, Lopraito taking this 3 chain from the middle. And neither player in a particularly good position. I think it'll just kind of come down to who ends up sending more.
Lopraito's-
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, Lopraito's doing absolutely fine.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lopraito is kind of just doing absolutely great.
Lopraito... The game
little-
still listens to him.
Oh my goodness.
Spawns all of these nice big blocks for him.
A little wham, a little bam, and quite a bit of thank you, ma'am.
Ooh. It's a shame that that extra 6 damage didn't quite come in fast enough for the full 64.
So 1-1. Been pretty even so far.
I'm surprised DG
Lopraito
started
getting-
this one from the bottom right corner.
Yeah, this
What-
is.
What
not
Lopraito
really,
did
uh,
lose along the bottom seemed like a more natural way to start than that.
Oh, okay. I was not expecting that 7th link. This is still going to easily
Yeah,
outclass
that's
it though.
better. DG doesn't just have nothing though. Oh, I don't know,
They don't
taking it
really
from
have
that
much
angle.
of something though.
no, they had to keep building it even through the damage. Taking it from that angle as a 2-chain means they've lost a lot of their material now.
Yeah, and the bottom of their board is just kind of a checkerboard, so they're gonna be... Okay, well, I guess... Again,
it's not too
they're...
difficult. See how there's a blue and a purple set of 3 if they just remove the 3rd and 6th parts?
Yep.
It's not too difficult to get there if they can just... Well, that garbage is an annoying spot for it.
Yeah. Neither player really has, like, too much... Oh, that's some bad garbage.
The amount of effort it's going to take for DG to make a big chain out of this board is more than Lopraito, though. Lopraito has a really good orange shape in the bottom that's going to be a really good middle link in a chain eventually.
Oh, that's interesting. Digi took those 2 out of the bottom to get the chain, and then what was left was another 2 chain. There were 2 blues and 2 purples that were
the orange is
underneath them.
actually the ender, but yeah, now they've got basically an opener quality chain here.
Oh my gosh. See, I don't know how you're supposed to deal with 25 when you're this far in the mid-game.
You're not.
Ah! $96,100.
I don't know how they
Raspberryfloof
remember
is
plays
scary.
quickly. It always takes me like a few dozen rounds before I remember how to play. That's an awkward shape in the middle of Lopraito's board. Yeah, they just had to get that out of the way. There you go.
Taking this. Okay. Yeah, this all still works.
Oh, I can't believe they gave up. There was so much more chaining to do there.
Lopraito or Digi? Because they both had
Lopraito.
some room.
Yeah, the damage was only just resolving on the other side. They had at least 5 or 6 moves, and there was still so much more work to do. It was only a 30-tile chain.
Lopraito managed to snipe garbage in this one spot on Digi's board that was at the entrance to their chain.
Harder having a bit of trouble here. Can't quite find the next big chain. There's a decent one there.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. And they put Digi in a spot where the Digi doesn't really have a good comeback.
Yeah.
So that'll let garbage just kind of fester for a bit.
Honestly, just before that first decent chain from Lopraito hit, it almost looked like they were growing too much because they already just had a lot of checkerboarded material before the garbage even came in. They finally managed to fix it though.
Oh my gosh. I love it when Lopraito is just so good at making those 2 and 3 chains with like 3 or 4 really massive links.
Yeah.
But
But situations like that, where I would be working harder on trying to add more links to them. Because that's the most efficient use of your time if you've got a giant 2-chain. I've noticed that he will sometimes settle for a 2 or even a 1 when he has a giant.
Oh no. Digi, no! You only
I
have
think
one
this
more
tournament
stock!
is moments away from finishing. Oh, wait.
Digi!
I think back when they had 2 moves remaining, they maybe still could have done something.
Well played to our champion, Lopraito! Taking it over Digi 3-1 in the grand finals.
Alrighty then. Let's have a little fireside chat. We still have a couple a single bracket left for August and a little bit into September. August 28th, we got Poachin Ya, compiles last puzzle game before they went under. Unlike Puyo, there was an attempt to try and kind of simplify the player playfield by deprioritizing chains and rather making long, winding forms with pieces that you can change into activators to set off your main form at any point. So you get a lot more footsies neutral into hit confirm. It's a good time.
Mm-hmm.
It does a lot to kind of get you over the hurdle of needing long chain execution like Puyo would ask of you. And on top of our bracket for it, it's also in the Vortex Gallery online over the next 2 months. It's not 1000% settled when it is, but you should give that bracket some love too. Shoutouts to Vic for running it. We got Tetris 2 on September 4th, which, don't let that title lie to you. This is far more Dr. Mario inspired, with 3 colors, pop to match, and trying to clear for target pieces. It is also an NES puzzle game, so the fact that damage is in the form of making your pieces fall faster is kind of terrifying in its own right. We have Calculo on September 11th, and if you caught us at our mid-ad read, I am unfortunately not super knowledgeable on what Calculo is, but like every other PSX puzzle game, sometimes it's the journey of discovery that we make on the way. So check that out. No, like that tripods.
So I haven't seen much of it, but from what I've seen, it is a puzzle/shooting game, kind of like
Right.
Star Sprites, but more puzzly.
Oh, it's that game where you're like grouping up
Yeah.
like the
Yeah, and you're grouping up a bunch of
numbers.
numbers. It's got a little bit of block sum in it too.
That sounds made up, but
So because it's a shooting game that's also a maths game, I've never played it before, but I am going to win that bracket.
jeez. Fourth bracket win. And wrapping up this slide at least, we got the arcade board for Puyo Puyo 2. Tournament organizer Zan ended up adding a save state and detector for that game. And outside of a couple performance benefits compared to the Mega Drive version, we also have it. The save state was created to allow for the game to avoid having a power on sequence, so true RNG at round start is big. Friday Night Puyo Puyo hosted a bracket of it a few weeks back, a month back at this point, not entirely sure, but outside of one instance, it's smooth. It's going to be a good time. And, have as close to an authentic Puyo experience that you could get back in the 90s with us in the year 2024. It'll be a good time. Anyway, we're going to find a puzzle friend to raid, and I think we're going to go ahead and raid Classic Tetris. I don't know if it's on season for them yet, but looks like
I think it's pretty close. I know there's a Classic Tetris tournament happening in Portland in a month.
that would make sense. We got the current match being streamed is Jeff and Sharky, which is interesting. You don't see a lot of new and old guard still kind of trading blows at this point, so go check that out. And we will catch you next time.